Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Persona on the PSP. When we last left off, we finished Hypno's Tower, and I told you I was going to go and get some spell cards off screen. So the Personas I made are Lilim, Gozu-Tennoh. I don't have him equipped, but I made Janus, Phaleg, and Shouki. And to get these personas, I had to use a slightly different set of recipes than I did for the Sabak route because I don't have access to the same party members, which means that certain demon spell cards are actually unavailable to me because I don't have the capability to make the demons moods such where they would give me a spell card. But I made Phaleg by combining a zombie. Any zombie will work. And the Preta that I brought in with me, Preta is actually one of the demons that are unavailable to me with this party. I think I would be able to recruit Pretas, or excuse me, get their spell cards if I actually had Nanjo in the party. I'd have to double check and look, but whatever. Moon Lilim here I got with a Haunt Fuji Musume and a zombie cop. That's what I used. I gave her an AGIDYNE stone. Oh, by the way, I gave Phaleg a ZANDYNE stone. But I went with the AGIDYNE stone because fire is one of the more common weaknesses, and it's one of the least resisted elements, at least as far as I have been able to see. It's not as good as, you know, Megadola, but, you know, what can you do? I tried to give these personas, by the way, kind of a... Some of them... elements, some of them with the force, that's what it's called. Gozu-Tennoh I made with a fairy Pixie and a JAKI Ogre, and I gave her some bullets. If you remember from the last time, that's Vesta, that's not the correct... Anyway, if you remember from the last playthrough of the Sabak route, I actually used this persona for a while, and it's a good persona. It learns both Megiddo and, when you max them out, Megadola. It's got really good magic attack. The downside, of course, is that it has pretty poor magic defense. That's one of the reasons why I gave it the bullets, because while having a Dyne Stone give it an ability would allow it to get to Megiddo and Megadola faster, whoever had the persona on would just be taking way too much damage. So, let's see. I made Star Janus. She doesn't have a high enough persona level to equip it, so I'm just going with this. She's like 21. She needs to be 22. I'll pick Janus up at the Velvet Room inside the actual dungeon. But I used... to make Janus, any grave, so any zombie plus any foul demon will make Janus. I gave Janus some bullets. One of the things I could have done was I actually could have made Janus even better, and I didn't think about this until here just a few minutes ago, but I could have held off on making Janus and bought the better bullets that they have for sale in the upcoming dungeon, and then made Janus at the Velvet Room there, since I can't equip Janus anyway. But I didn't do that, so... Phaleg, Shouki. And Shouki is a Hannya and a Knocker. That's the two demons I used. And I gave Shouki a Half Moon tablet. So, very similar to what the setup that I had in the Sabak route. So, Let's burn the books. And of course, the butterfly just tells you, you know, this. If you go in here, you can't come back out. So, this place doesn't have the same kind of time limit as the other two towers. The other two towers have time limits that count down. This one actually counts up. So you have 2 hours for Hypnos, and I think 3 for Thanatos. The way this tower works is you walk in, and then you're immediately confronted by the tower guardian. It's another girl who has, I'm assuming, is a former Snow Queen person who was killed, just like the previous one. I mean, she basically says as much, although she doesn't say she died, but basically, the way Nemesis Tower works is the boss can appear on one of 3 locations. And depending on how much time you take, the boss goes higher in the dungeon and is more powerful. If you take less than 20 minutes to get to the 5th floor, you fight the boss at her weakest. If you take between 20 minutes and 1 hour, she's on the 6th floor and is, I think, 5 levels higher. And if you take more than an hour, then she's on the 8th floor, I think. I'd have to look at the map, but, and she's another 5 levels higher. So, I'm not going to be fighting the most powerful version of the boss. The reason for it is I would have to banging and stuff over here. I would have to run around in circles for like 40 minutes to fight her. I'll probably be fighting the weakest version of the boss, but depending on how long I take, there's a chance I'll have to fight the next up version of the boss. But there's absolutely no chance I'm going to be fighting the most powerful version of this boss. I guess I could run around in circles and grind money, but I don't want to do that. You can't make me. But anyway, she's like, take your time, haha. I think they're saying that she reminds them of Nanjo. Yep. So even though there's not a strict time limit, we still have the clock and we still have a time limit of sorts. But honestly, even if you do fight the most powerful version of the boss, she's not super difficult. But honestly, with the dash button, it's very, very hard. Like, you have to go out of your way to fight her on her most powerful form. Alright, so I have moved everybody up in the front row here because I've got... Really? Fine. Let's do this, and ZANDYNE, and Tarunda. I've got Personas to level up. And now I know AGIDYNE. Honestly, I might have actually... I probably should have put something besides Medea Rahan on that guy. I'm kind of regretting it. Oh, right. Squash doesn't work. Bufudyne again. It'll be fine though. It's probably okay.
Here, go.
The problem is, of course, that Squash is a terrible first move. And we're on the second floor, right? Where does that put us? Yeah. So let's just keep using the AGIDYNE here. Actually, I think I'll... don't I want to use Medea every round? Nah, we'll have her use Bufudyne. Squash. Nice. Okay, so now she knows Magna. Cool, I can put her back in the back row. We'll just replay that. Okay, so... Is that it? Is she now 22? She is. Okay. So when we get past the Velvet Room, we're going to need to stop and pick up Janus. Is this what I want? Yeah, I think that's what I want. Oh, wrong way. Let's see. Magna, and Bufudyne's fine. ZANDYNE. Yeah, let's do this. One of my biggest complaints about the battle system in this game is how difficult it is actually to judge sometimes like how spread out certain monsters are. Like, I don't know. Actually, no, a better way to describe my frustrations would be, instead of targeting monsters, I wish that you could target tiles. Does that make sense? Oh well, though. We're gonna get Gozu-Tennoh up to Megiddo, and it'll be great. I should probably have somebody heal. Let's see. These are stores. I don't think there's anything I want to... Well, yeah, there is something I want to buy. I want to buy a gun. For Ellie. This is the armor merchant. Buying the armor here is not necessarily a bad thing, because of how difficult the next dungeon is. But here's the thing. You can get the ultimate male armor in the next dungeon. Unfortunately, you can't get the ultimate female armor, which would be better for me, since I have 3 females in my party, but, you know. And I don't actually have to buy the jogged armor, which is it jogged? I think Panzer's female and jogged is male. And I don't actually have to buy a suit of jogged armor for my main character, because he gets a suit of armor called the Spiegel suit, if you get all of the mirror shards. So buying the Daybreak stuff is not necessarily a bad idea for your females here, but I don't really need it right now. So it's something that I'll evaluate before I go into the Thanatos Tower. I do want to buy a gun though. I want to buy